Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make a really simple but delicious seafood pasta dish that you can make on Christmas Eve if you're used to doing fish recipes, or it's just good any time of year. But it's my cod arrabbiata. It's kind of like a cod in a spicy sauce with spaghetti. It's delicious and it literally just requires a handful of ingredients, which I have to say, it's recipes like these that I tend to turn to, especially when it's a really busy time of year, because I don't want to have to worry about doing too much or having to buy too many ingredients. So recipes like these definitely come in handy, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. The list of ingredients is very short and sweet, kind of like me. You need some canned tomatoes. These are hand crushed canned tomatoes. You can also buy plum and you can just crush them by hand. Some fresh cod fillets. You don't need a lot. It makes this dish, it makes the cod go a long way. Some dry white wine, garlic. What I have here are some dried chilies. I like to keep them in my little Amalfi container. Pasta of your choice. I'm using spaghetti, salt and pepper, olive oil, and some parsley. That's it. If you want to, you can add cheese. I'm not going to because I'm just not used to that, so I'm going to keep it as is. Now the first thing you want to do is get your big pot, fill it with water, add a generous sprinkling of salt, and bring that to a boil because that always takes the longest. Then move on to making the sauce. In a skillet with high sides, you're going to add your garlic. You want to start with cold oil, that way your oil infuses with the garlic rather than your oil being hot. You add your garlic in, the garlic sizzles immediately and it doesn't infuse throughout the oil, therefore it won't infuse throughout the sauce nicely. And since you're using few ingredients, you want to use as much flavor as possible. These are dried chilies. I love these and I have them on hand, and what I do is I break them up like that. What you can do, see the inside are hot chili flakes, see that? What you can do is if you don't have dried chilies, just use a heavy pinch of chili flakes. It does exactly the same thing. I'm feeling really arrabbiata today, feeling really angry, so I'm going to add a little extra chili because I can handle heat these days. Weird, I know. All I'm going to do is let this sizzle for just a few minutes, if that. I want this to just get a little bit, I want that garlic to get a little bit browned and fragrant. Looks good and smells even better. I'm going to add my wine, which is totally optional. Traditionally, you don't add wine with arrabbiata. Arrabbiata is just a very spicy sauce with garlic, hot chili flakes, olive oil, and good quality tomatoes. But I really like a little bit of wine with my seafood. I like it with, when it comes to making a sauce for seafood, I just think that it works really, really well. So I like to add some in. I'm going to just let that reduce just for about a minute or so, and then we'll add the tomatoes. Perfect. I'm going to add in my tomatoes. Get that all out of there. Give it a really good stir. I'm going to add just a little bit of water to right here into this little jug in just a second, just to clean it out a little bit. Add it right in here. But at this point, all I'm going to do is season with a small pinch of salt, because we can adjust the seasoning later once the sauce is fully cooked. Pepper. Bring it to a boil over medium heat, turn the heat down, put a lid on, partially on, and let it simmer on medium-low heat for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I will show you the next step. My sauce has been simmering for 20 minutes. You can see I had it partially covered. Smells fantastic. I tasted it for seasoning. It's actually perfect as is. I'm not going to add any more salt to this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my cod. I'm going to add that right in, just like so. And then, because I don't want this to overcook, I'm going to put a lid on and leave it as low as it will go for about 10 minutes, which is the perfect time for me to add the pasta to my salted boiling water and get that cooking. Once it's cooked, I'm going to drain it, I'm going to chop up some parsley, and then we're going to pull the whole thing together. And it's going to be so good. That looks fantastic. Now all I do, you see how the fish just flakes really easily? That's all you do. You just kind of break it apart like so. Sprinkle in some fresh chopped parsley. I don't chop up the fish in too big of pieces at this stage, simply because now that I'm going to mix it with the sauce, it's going to get really, it's going to break up a little bit more. And then just leave a little bit for the top, like so. and give it a gentle stir. And it's so amazing. The smell is just like ridiculous. Before I add it to my bowl, I'm just gonna save some aside just for moi because I have earned it. And I love to be able to serve this family style right in the center of the table. Look at that. And it makes a little bit of fish go a really long way, which is awesome for your wallet. Let's see, look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that sauce. Look at the beautiful pieces of fish, which I'm gonna just need, you know, just like a little bit like that. Don't worry about the rest. Look at that magnificent. Oh yes. Yum, yum, double yum. Put that in the middle of your table on your holiday feast, as part of your holiday feast, or with a side salad, a crusty loaf of bread, some white wine for those of you who can have some, and some sparkling cider, or a really cold glass of water, because it's about the only thing I crave these days, and you are in business. Let's give this a go. So lovely. And how quick was that too? And if you're having a small gathering, you know, for Christmas Eve, say, or whatever your big main meal is, this is a great one. Doesn't break the bank, takes no time at all to cook, makes enough to feed 4 people happily, which is how you should be serving them. It's perfection. This is everything. It's everything that's good in the world right here. I'm happy, and I think you will be too. So go to laurinthekitchen.com to get the written recipe. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.